Hi. Wednesday, how are you? It is Wednesday night, 8 p.m, Confessions of a Conveyancer. I have made it home in time to do it from my lounge room, and I'm going to get pretty bold today. I am really going to put myself out there. You know, there's a lot been going on in the media lately about what's happening with predictions with the property market, the Royal Commission, interest rates, and for most of the people, it's just confusing. You don't know what to do. You don't know what's happening, if people are going to lose jobs, if housing is affordable, when you should invest, when you shouldn't. And, you know, it can be really overwhelming, and it means that people aren't really reaching their dreams of getting into the property market because it's all this scary white noise that's happening in the media right now. So I wanted to help you out. I want to see you achieve those property dreams. So I'm getting out there. I'm going to be really bold. I'm going to give you my 3-step foolproof recipe to be able to invest in the property market at any time in your life. Yep, I'm putting it out there. Hello, thanks for jumping on. So yeah, it's pretty bold. I'm going to put it out there, but I'm going to also back it up and say, if you follow these 3 steps, and you can achieve these 3 steps, and you can invest in property at any time. How bold is that? So this is where you got to listen up. You got to take notes. I'm going to give this to you because I want to help you. I want to see you guys get there and get your property market. Get out in there and do that Australian dream. Okay, so are you ready? 3 steps. Now, you can't have one. You got to have all 3, and they're super critical. Number 1, educate before you execute. Educate before you execute. What's that mean? It means learn. Learn before you commit to anything. 100% get out there, find information, and learn before you commit to anything. This is a non-negotiable. This Facebook Live, this is an opportunity for you to be able to learn. There are so many resources. What you need to be learning are what type of property you want to buy. It is your responsibility to have educated yourself enough to be able to buy the correct property. If you buy a lemon, if you buy something that loses value rapidly, if you buy something that doesn't have any return, that's on you. But there are so many resources that you have available to create that knowledge. Go out there and ask and find out. That's number 1. Educate before you execute. That is on you. You need to find out as much as you can about what type of assets in the property you want to buy. It's really important, all right? So don't go hunting for properties until you've done that. That is number 1. Number 2, another non-negotiable, protect your cash flow. What does that mean? Protect your cash flow. That means when you've run the sums, under absolutely no circumstance should you be increasing or going into the property market if it is going to decrease your cash flow. So if you're going to buy a property and suddenly you've only got $100 a week to live off, but you're going to be asset rich because you've got this investment property or property that you're in, but you've got no money, that is useless. You have to protect that cash flow. That cash flow is what gives you the strength to be able to handle if you don't have tenants in there, handle ebbs and flows, if you have to do renovations, if you have to ride out a slump in the property market, interest rates go up, there's a commission, who knows? But that is simply non-negotiable. You have to protect your cash flow under every circumstance. So if you cannot invest without damaging your weekly, fortnightly, etc. cash flow, then it is not the time to invest. Okay, so we've done number 1, educate. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Educate before you execute. There's so many resources. 2, protect your cash flow. So important. If you don't have cash flow, you don't have strength, you don't have ability to be able to make decisions that are based on financial decisions rather than necessity. If you don't have cash flow, you get stuck in really sticky situations to do with property that you can't make the right decision for because you're too worried about the cash flow. So protect your cash flow under every circumstance. If you cannot protect your cash flow when you've run the sums and you want to buy a property, then now is not time to buy until you can do that, okay? Last one, Number 3, and remember, these steps are not the be all and end all. This is your foolproof that if you can meet these 3, you know you're making sound investments. Number 3, be in it for the long haul. That's right. If you invest in the property market and you commit to doing it for a long period of time, you will be fine. It is people that want to turn it around in a year, 2 years, 5 years. What happens is they can't afford to ride out the ebbs and flows of the property market. If you buy a property, you've educated yourself and it's a good asset to buy. You've ensured that your cash flow is still protected and you're prepared to ride it out for as long as you need to make that investment work for you, you will be fine. It's people who need to turn it around quickly and they're forced to sell in down property markets, or they're forced to sell because they haven't had tenants and it's damaged their cash flow. That's when you're going to run into trouble. So when you make a property investment, really think about doing it. Sorry, I've had so much hay fever today. Really think about making sure you do it for the long haul. Crucial to your success. Now, of course, there are many other ways that you can look at investing, but this is a way to do it with reducing all risk. You're just taking away the risk. These 3 steps can make sure that you're investing comfortably. You know that you're making safe, secure decisions. You're taking stress off yourself in your future so that you know that you've done that to create that safe financial environment. All right, we're going to go over them one more time. 1, educate before you execute. Listen to my lives, approach professionals, talk to your brokers, talk to your financial planners, your real estate agents, read the news, do as much research as you can. Do you know what? That doesn't cost any money. It gives you confidence in what you're buying and make sure that you are buying the right asset for you, that you are not going to get stooged or stipped or whatever word you want to use, and you're feeling comfortable. That is on you, okay? That's on you. Educate before you execute. Number 2, protect your cash flow. This is key. You must protect your cash flow. There are quite a few people out there who are very rich in assets. They don't have 2 cents to scratch together. Do you know what that means? They can't service their loans. They can't live their lifestyle. They cannot make financial decisions without having a lot of pressure because of their situation, because they do not have cash that is available to them to be able to ride out certain, ebbs and flows that might happen with tenants. The air conditioning blows up in your home, the tenants make a mess. It's having that cash flow and protecting it at all costs. And this isn't just with property market, with anything to do with money. You protect your cash flow, you will be fine. Yeah? And last of all, be in it for the long haul. If you do not think that you're going to get rich quick, if you commit to owning a property for 20, 30 years so that you can rise out any ebbs and flows of what's happening out there, that is a good investment. Absolutely. It's when people think of get rich schemes, that don't happen. They're too good to be true. And yes, they might happen, but the risk for them is often too high a risk for the most part of us Australians. We can't afford that risk. Of course, we want to make the big gains, but we can't afford the risk for having the big losses. So these are the 3 steps that can really help you go into the property market relatively risk-free if you can meet all 3 of them, okay? I want to give this information to you. I'm saying to you, this works. This recipe works. I want to make it easy for you. I want to allow you to really feel a little bit of confidence going out there into the market, because it's pretty scary right now. All these politicians are talking about the Royal Commission and these property forecasts, and everybody doesn't really know what's going on. You don't really know too much. You need to know what's relevant to you. And these are the 3 steps that it doesn't matter what is happening in the property market. You follow those 3 steps, then I'm going to say it, it's bold. If you follow those 3 steps, you can invest in any property market. I put it out there. I want you to try it. Have a think about it. There's also some little things there to think about that aren't just with property, especially cash flow. That goes with everything in life. Educate before you execute. That goes with everything in life. And be in it for the long haul. That's just about commitment. Yeah? It's the same principles that we can use in so many areas. I really enjoyed this. You can tell I got a bit fired up today because I just had a few people in my office that you can just tell they're feeling really overwhelmed. And I wanted to break it down into steps that everyday Australians like me, you, we can understand how we can invest our money, how we can live that property dream, and we can sleep at night feeling comfortable. We're providing for our family. We've got those investments. Yeah? Thanks, guys, for jumping on. As always, I finished with a confession. AH, you jumped on just in time to listen to my confession. My confession is that I am coming to you tonight in full 100% newsreader style. I came in, I have my top half on of my work clothes, and I have my pajama bottoms on and no shoes. So full newsreader style. I look all business from the top half and all relax down mode, chill mode from the bottom down. Guys, that is it. Use this information wisely. Take it with you. Remember, this is the long haul. You can educate yourself on any of this at any time to make a really big difference to what your dreams are in your property market and make it work for you. Any questions, reach out. Share this with whoever you think. I mean, everybody needs to know this information. I've been bold enough to share it with you, so take advantage of it. Educate before you execute. Thanks, team.